you, Mr. Chair, and to our witnesses today. My district is home to coastal forests and lowland forests, temperate rainforests, mountain forests, the Olympic National Park, and the Olympic National Forest. In short, we have a lot of moss, forest land, and 200-year-old trees that need protection from a fire season that is increasing in length and severity. As we speak in the Senate, Republican members of the Energy and Natural Resources Committee are doubling down on their efforts to sell public lands like those in my district. And in September 2023, there were 7 fires burning 3,500 acres in Olympic National Park. It seems obvious that as technologies emerge to prevent wildfires on public lands like the Olympic National Park, we must have public land protections that allow agencies to perform preventative management of fires like those that devastate communities. And this isn't just an issue that for those of us who live near rural public lands. Wildfires, as we saw in the testimony about Los Angeles, and we see every year, are increasingly encroaching on urban areas. And we need to protect our public lands, not sell them off, to ensure that we can prevent increasing emergencies. I've met with Forest Service firefighters who have fought these fires on the Olympic Peninsula and who have had to move states to find other jobs after their positions were terminated by the Trump administration. We shouldn't be putting ourselves in a weaker position to defend our public lands from increasing forests. We should be strengthening, through technology and workforce, our ability to fight these forest fires and to preserve our public lands and lives in our community. Mr. Bertone-Riggs, you mentioned the need for modernized approaches to wildfire, including emerging technology to fight fires that are faster, larger, more destructive. Can you speak more to how the decentralized approach of the agencies responsible for wildfire management has hindered the use of these existing and necessary technologies?
Yeah, thank you for the question. When the commission examined this issue of technology adoption, this was one of the places where they saw a very strong need for centralization of those efforts. I think as Mr. Triplett spoke to and could answer questions further, this is a space where it's difficult for the private sector to find a point of contact. It's difficult to pilot new technologies. It's also a problem of interoperability between different agencies. So this seemed like a place where the creation of what the commission termed a fire environment center, what House FOFA calls a fire shed center, and Senate FOFA calls a fire intelligence center, same concept, right? Yeah. This is a place where we can have unified budgets, we can have more focus on the adoption of new technologies and dispersal of that technology.
Yeah, thank you. I really see, as in so many sectors, technology as additive. We can't, there's not a lot of replacement of human beings in the firefighting world that is helpful, right? You need bodies to be out there in the wilderness fighting these fires. And, to my colleague's earlier point about the visible differentiation between, in his example, public lands and private lands, we see a huge differentiation on the peninsula between DNR, state-managed forest lands, and federal lands. Where DNR has been staffing up and increasing technology, we have seen cuts to an already skeleton crew in our national forest staff that mean that they're not able to manage the forest lands with the same efficiency to optimal forest health the way that DNR is, and they're only seeing further cuts. Are the technologies, in your opinion, enough to fight the increased number of wildfires we're seeing? Or what do you think about the people with experience and fire-specific qualifications that we might need?
Yeah, thanks for the question. I think we need to be careful to not think of technology as the only solution to these issues. It's a complex problem. It requires emphasis on mitigation work. That's in both the built and natural environment. It requires emphasis on post-fire recovery as well. Fire is not going anywhere anytime soon, and so that will continue to be a piece of it. Ultimately, appropriate staffing levels and appropriate budgets to meet those challenges are a key component of this.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. I yield back.